All right, guys. Welcome back to the Rue Speaks podcast. This is the second episode of this podcast. And honestly, guys, I'm feeling so tired today, okay? I'm recovering from my 31st birthday. It is the next day. I probably went to sleep around 1 a.m. And I'm still kind of sleepy. I feel like as you head into like your late 20s and above, your body just doesn't recover like it used to, okay? And let me tell you, I had a blast. I had such a blast last night. But like, let me walk you through what 31st was like, turning 31. So I had been watching The Hunger Games, which if you have never seen The Hunger Games, first of all, what are you doing? But I mean, I forgot how great of a like series that is. And I'm telling you, I was the one that would be lined up outside of the Barnes and Noble to get the newest release of the book. Yes, I am that girl that would be lined up outside. I did it for Twilight. I did it for a lot of book series, okay? I read a lot of series before it became a show. I still think the books are better than, the series, the movies. But hey, I forgot how weak PETA was. And like I just felt like they allowed PETA to be that way. I think if he hadn't have been so like babied, I think PETA could have been a lot stronger than he was, but that's neither here nor there. So I watched that the night before, and then my mom texted me at like 3 a.m, and I think I was up, and she was like, "Did you call me my name?" And I said no. She's like, "Well, happy birthday." She like sent me a text. So I went to sleep. And I woke up, I want to say like 9 a.m., okay? Because these days I wake up to the sound of my dog itching, okay? He was scratching. He was itching. And I was like, all right, it's time to give you a bath. I meant to give him a bath the day before, but then it got way too cold. And I was like, I can't give him a bath. So I woke up to that. And then my brother was making breakfast, okay? He was making eggs and ham. And it was like that honey baked ham. Now, was he cooking for me? Absolutely not. Definitely not. And then my dad was there. Of course, everybody said happy birthday. And I was like, Dad, if you were cooking, can you make me some ham? Can you put some ham on the skillet? And he said, you're 31 now. You can make it yourself. And I said, all right. So I started to get some birthday messages in. And I was like, you know what? I'm hungry. I want to go get myself something. But I don't want to spend money. And then I realized, it's my birthday, which means there are restaurants that you can use like coupons for that will give you free food. So I was talking to my mom and she was like, oh, let's go get breakfast. And I was like, well, I have this free Denny's thing where I can get like a value slam because I was just craving some French toast. And I was like, let's go. But before that, I will tell you guys, I did cry. My mom and I were talking because I was trying to go. I was like, I have so much to do before I go to LA to go celebrate my birthday. And I was like, I need to do laundry. And I was just like talking with my mom about this year. We're talking about relationships, of course, and some things. And I was just like bawling because I was like, I don't like the idea that like I'm 31. Obviously, I'm not going to settle. But then, like, eventually, because we're talking about kids, I was like, I'm going to have to figure out, like, freezing my eggs. And then I'm, like, debating so much. And, like, am I going to move to New York? That is a whole separate thing about me wanting to move to New York. But I just started to have, like, this existential crisis at, like, 9 a.m. on my birthday. And I was talking about the fact that I'm unemployed and, like, what that's like. And it was, like, a whole thing. It was a whole thing. But I think, like, I needed to, like, kind of cry and, like, release that. So we go to Denny's. And you know what? Me and my mom had a great time. Unlike the year before, okay? I'm not crying at the Denny's. We go. We ask for a table for 2. We're sat right away. I'm like, this is great. You know, we're eating. French toast was great. Actually, guys, I have a confession, okay? When it comes to French toast, I feel like a lot of things of my childhood, like I used to not eat French toast. And when I didn't like butter and syrup on it because it just felt like it was too messy. And I don't know, I just didn't like it. But last week I went to this place called Home in Los Feliz, which is really nice. Oh my gosh, I am congested. Oh, goodness gracious. Work with me. Work with me here, guys. I am struggling just like a little bit. Whew. She's like breathing hard. That's another thing is that when you get older, if you literally have like a sniff of a drink, you're like hungover, and the hangovers don't hit until midday. And it's like 2 o'clock right now, and I'm feeling a little something. Whew. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, French toast. So I got myself some French toast. I did it with the butter and the syrup, and it was great. And then they brought out ice cream to me because they knew it was my birthday, and I was like, "This is so great." So I'm like sitting there, I'm eating my ice cream. It's great. Then my mom was like, "Do you want a birthday outfit?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want a birthday outfit." And so we ended up going to Ross. And when I tell you, I have found some of my best outfits at Ross. Ross is where it's at. Okay, this is not an ad, but Ross, if you wanna sponsor me, totally. But I mean, I've been going to Ross since forever, and they just have some really great dresses, and you can get them for like really low prices. And my mom was like, "Do you want a birthday outfit?" And I was like, "Obviously," because who's gonna say no to a birthday outfit when I was just gonna like look for something I already had. So yeah, wanted a birthday outfit. So we went there. We went to Ross, and then my mom is like rushing me out, and I'm like, "Why is she rushing me out?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, is this like a birthday surprise? Is she rushing me out because there's a birthday surprise?" So we get in the car, and by the time we do this, it's like 1 o'clock. My plan was to already be in LA by 2 o'clock. All right, at this point, wasn't happening. Plus, I still had to give Stitch a bath. So we're rushing out. Then she realizes that she forgot her keys in the dressing room. So I have to go back and get her keys. And I'm like, is this like some ploy? Because it's like she forgot her keys, like anything. So then she's like, all right, we got to go to this area down the street to see like a friend of the family or something. And I'm like, she just kind of like fumbling her words right now. This has to be a birthday surprise. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. She really was just driving to go see the person. And that's the thing about my mom. I love my mom to death. But like if you tell her you have to do something at a certain time and you're with her and we're in the same car, which means she's driving, it means that it's not my time. So that means that, if she wants to go run this errand, she runs this errand. But I was like, you know what, whatever. I'm chilling. It's my birthday. It's a fun time. I'm doing great. So then I end up going home. Ooh, my throat. It's feeling something. So I end up going home, and I'm like, all right, let me give Stitch a bath real quick. And I had to get this shampoo. This shampoo is supposed to be hypoallergenic. It's supposed to be for really like allergic skin. It's supposed to help really well. This bottle is like $20 something for a bottle that's like tiny. It's like I don't even know how many ounces. And then the directions are like, use 1 pump for every 4 pounds. 1 pump for every 4 pounds. My dog is 50 pounds. So then I have to do math, which I don't like to do, to figure out how many pumps to do this, because I want to do this absolutely right to make sure that my dog is no longer itchy and scratchy. So I'm doing that. Okay. It turns out well. All right. Then I end up actually taking a shower, going to LA. All right. I get there, hang out with my friend Justin. We decide what we're going to do. And we went to Laurel Hardware. First off, what I loved is we're in this Uber on our way there. And the guy's like, are we celebrating a special occasion? And I'm like, yes, it's my birthday. I'm wearing my new birthday dress, which I needed to help getting into. Because for some reason, like when I tried it on, I didn't feel bloated. But suddenly I felt bloated. And trying to get it on, it was a special effort. And I did not want to have to dislocate my shoulder, because my shoulder used to randomly dislocate before I had surgery. So we went to this place called Laurel Hardware, which is, you think that it's like a hardware store, but you go inside, it's really great. I've been there before. It's really beautiful lights. Justin had made a reservation, and we just got this really nice seats. They had the space heater, so it was outside. It was great. people were singing happy birthday to other crowds, and I was like, yay, birthday twins. And then the table next to me is like, oh my gosh, your birthday? And I was like, yeah, my birthday is today. And they're like, happy birthday. And they're like, my birthday's next week. And I was like, yes, we're all Sagittarius birthday buddies. So it was just like really exciting. It was really a vibe. Okay, I ordered the rigatoni bolognese that has veal. When I tell you, it's like a little spicy, so good. And then I got this lavender. It wasn't like a lavender margarita. It was like a lavender drink. White tequila, top tier. A little sweet, but so good. Okay. So after we eat, I'm like, all right. So they're probably going to sing happy birthday to me because I saw them sing like happy birthday. And they keep asking like if we want dessert. And then I don't know, this like waiter like winked at me and went like this. And I was like, oh, I think it's about to happen. But I think they think that it's Justin's birthday, which technically Justin's birthday was 3 days before. So I'm like, are they confusing? Because it's my birthday and I hope they like sing to me. But then if they sing to him, it'd be okay. But like also like sing to me. Like, so I was super excited. Okay. I was like, this is the day. This is the day they're going to. I had mentioned, Justin was like, oh, we'll probably do the creme brulee. I was like, the berry crumble looks good. And so, like, I'm looking because, like, the food's done. We're done with our food. It's, like, time for the check. And I'm like, no birthday dessert? No birthday dessert? Because I was like, maybe they'll have birthday dessert. So Justin's, like, about to leave. And I was like, wait, but what if they come out here? And he's like, I'll be right back. I'm just taking. I was like, okay. So then I kind of just forgot about it, and I was like, chill. And the waiter comes back. Oh, do you want some ice, or do you want, while Justin was in the restroom, do you want dessert? And I was like, hold on, because I wanted to check with him to see if he wanted dessert. But I wanted dessert, because I love dessert. And I just, I was chilling. He comes back, and we'd been taking photos, but where I was sitting wasn't the best light, but where he was sitting was the best light. And I feel like I should have been like, can we switch? Because I'm the birthday girl, and I want some really great light. So then he's like, let me take a photo of you. So I'm like posing, okay? And he's like, oh, actually, it's a video. And so I'm like, huh. And then I don't even realize that they're behind me bringing in the berry crumble, and he's recording and he's singing happy birthday. And you guys are like, well, isn't that what you wanted? I think the fact he was like, see, this is what I wanted to get, the authentic moment. You didn't even like realize it was how, because I didn't even see them go behind me. They were behind me, and then they're like, he saw that they were like lining up. So in the video you see me like posing, and then them coming out, and I'm like, it's the berry crumble that he heard me say. Like I said it like a throwaway. I don't even know if I didn't even think he heard me. I was just like, berry crumble sounds good. And the fact that he heard that and remembered, and then it's coming out here in the singing, and I was just like, I was smiling. If you guys are watching the video version, you can see I was smiling. I was so happy. I was like, thank you so much. And when I tell you that berry crumble, it was like a granola. And then it was like blueberries, and it was like warm. I might just like go back there just to get that. Like it is so good. And then a little bit of ice cream on top. And so it was like literally like this sweet and sour, and it just like, it was the best thing that I have ever tasted in my life. Anyways, so then we go there, we leave. Oh wait, I said the special occasion. Oops, rewind. So earlier in the Uber, they asked, is there a special occasion? I said, it's my birthday. And he said, take a photo with a Polaroid. He had a Polaroid camera. So then we got to take that in the Uber. So we already had those cute little memories, which they came out so well. And I'm like, I should just take all of my photos with a Polaroid, because I always, every time I take them, I always look good. I always like look tall. I look skinny. I don't know. It's just something about the Polaroid effect. So anyways, we leave Laura Hardware and we go to EPLP. I haven't gone to EPLP, which is a place it's a place in Hollywood. WeHo, West Hollywood, one of those things. And it's a rooftop. So I go up there, we go, it's nice. The waitress woman is kind of snippy, but then I realized it's because she was literally the only one working. And I remember how frustrating that could be, being the only one who is working. It could be like, it could literally be a lot of work for the whole patio. So we got out there, and on the second floor is like this holiday themed bar, and it was so cute. There were like, people dressed up like elves, but like I want to say like kind of like cute little elves, okay? And there were like fake Christmas presents, and it was just really pretty. But we didn't stay there. We went to like the rooftop, chilled up there, had another drink that was good, and they were like, maybe we'll do shots. And then we looked at the shot price. First of all, let's say a drink was like $21. For their well tequila, they were trying to charge $16. 16 for a well shot. It's like, come on, Los Angeles. This is ridiculous. $16 in this economy? Like, we literally just had gas go back to $4 something. I'm not paying $16 for a shot. And so we ended up going to the grocery store, just getting some tequila, did a little like shot, had a little drink, and then I went to bed. Okay, I went to bed. And then I woke up this morning. Yeah. So I woke up this morning and I went to the store and had more of that rigatoni. All right. And it was great. My 31st, I feel like, was so great. I brought it in with, people that I love, and I felt celebrated. The only thing is I didn't have anybody from my past, sending me a text message or calling me, telling me happy birthday. In fact, one of my past situationships, who should know my birthday, was just like, oh, hey, how you doing? And I was like, how am I doing? Do you not know that this is the most important day of the year? The day of my birth? And then he was like, oh, I forgot today was the 26th. And I'm like, hello? Okay. So yeah, no past situationships hit me up out of nowhere saying happy birthday. And I get it. I get it. That's growth. It's growth, but still, it would have been nice for somebody to hit me up and say happy birthday. Sometimes you just miss that little toxicity just a little bit. Just a little bit. But yeah, I do not feel 31. My body, hangover wise, feels like 31. Okay. Cause literally only had a few drinks. I'm telling you, you sniff a tequila. You sniff tequila and you're just hungover these days. It's ridiculous. But I don't know. It just doesn't feel. And I've also been telling myself something big is going to happen around this time, because last year on the 28th, as I mentioned, that was when Issa Rae, I realized that she knows who I am. So I was like, something equally as big has to happen. So it should happen tomorrow. I'm excited for that. But just leading up to my birthday, it's been amazing. I got to do, the day before my birthday, I got to go to the shopping experience. I was invited out by this amazing store called Be Nice, Have Fun. And when I tell you, it's a stationery store, and it is everything you can think of. There was a cantarito, I say it wrong, which is my favorite drink in the world. And it comes in a clay bowl, and it's with tequila. And there was a kit, and I got to be able to go out there and actually have a shopping experience, because I'm an influencer. I'm a content creator. And it was so cool because I got to meet the founder of Auntie's Coffee, which is a black-owned, queer-owned coffee shop that does pop-ups. And I had some of the best coffee. Had lavender in it. Again, I'm really into lavender drinks. Lavender, I should really figure out how to make my own lavender drinks, my own little lavender lemonade. Can you imagine a tequila lemonade with lavender? I'm actually really beginning into a tequila lemonade with mint. That right there, drink of choice. So I don't know, I got to go to that experience, and I felt so happy that this is what I get to do. I get to go to these places, experience them, and get to share that with my community. Yeah. So, Thanksgiving. Listen, Thanksgiving this year was great. All right. I made a lasagna. I was supposed to make the turkey, but then my mom was like, we'd have to go to my sister's house. And I was like, So then I ended up not making the turkey this year. Okay, that's 2 years in a row. Last year, I didn't make the turkey. I, I don't know. My mom always waits till the last, like, she'll do turkey at the very last minute. And she was like, well, you went to bed or something. I don't know, because I go to bed early. So, didn't make the turkey. But I ended up, listen, I wasn't going to go to where my family was going on Thanksgiving because I just didn't want to deal with some toxicness that had been happening with a family member. I just didn't want to put myself in that position. So because of that, I literally waited until the last minute to actually get dressed. And so I kind of like threw something on. We went. It was fine. Came home. I had to put up a brand deal for Black Friday. And then we went to my sister's. Okay. First of all, why didn't anybody tell me that there was a Jumanji 2 out? Like, I had no idea. So I was watching. They're like, oh, it's Jumanji 2. I'm thinking it's a remake of the original Jumanji, which would make it like, so I thought they were just getting confused with Jumanji 2, the remake. No, there was like a full-blown second movie that I didn't even know came out. And then because my mom is like talking the whole time or doing things, or she's like, can you guys believe that you have a nephew? Because of that, I didn't get to fully watch Jumanji. And I have a lot of questions. And now I have to watch it. And I'm like, where do I watch it? I have a lot of questions about Jumanji 2. Okay, and then it leaves the door open for Jumanji 3. Honestly, I would just love to be in Jumanji, like the movie, not the actual game, because I don't know. I think I could survive in Jumanji. I think I could survive, specifically like if you do the remake where you're put in a video games like actually you're like in the video game, there's like NPCs all around you. I think I could do really well because I am a gamer and I'm really good at video games. But there's like a lot of challenges. And then I also wonder, like, with Jumanji, are there limits on how many times you can die and then it's game over, and then it's like game over, then they're like stuck in the game, and then it's like I don't know, like, tangent. That's a total tangent. But Jumanji was on. Didn't know it was on. But let me tell you what happened. My little nephew went up to everybody. Okay? Everybody. Let them hold him. When it came to me, no. Hit me. Smacked me. Cried like I was torturing him. And the only time did he give me a hug is when everybody clapped. Because my nephew is very praise motivated, okay? And so that is when he finally decided to give his TT a hug. But it was the best. He like put his arms around me and like he does this little pat thingy. It's the best thing in the world. So yeah, that was how Thanksgiving was. There wasn't a lot of fights happening. My mom did break a glass. So that's it. That was on accident, but I don't know. It was pretty chill. And it was like nice, few days leading up to my birthday. So now that I'm 31, I've decided something serious. I am going back to the gym. I I could not justify paying for a gym membership in this economy. All right. Like it could not justify it, but I think it's time that I go back because after the holidays, I don't know. I woke up and I realized that I want my abs back. I haven't had abs in so long, but you know what? Your girl's going to get them back. So I'm going back to the gym and there's like this body pump class that I take and everybody is so great. And, so I'm going to go back. I think I'm going on Wednesday. And then today, my birthday extravaganza continues, going to Benihana. I've never been to Benihana's before. And then tomorrow, I think I'm just going home. Ooh, my throat, dehydration, guys. And then I think on Wednesday, me and my sister are celebrating our birthday because her birthday's on the 29th. We're doing joint celebration. We're going to go out to our favorite place, which is Lazy Dog. If you have not been to Lazy Dog, when I tell you, this episode just feels like a lot of promotion for a lot of my favorite foods, but I don't care. Like, Lazy Dog is that girl. Okay, Lazy Dog is that place. You literally can get so many different meals that you want, so many different things. It's just top tier. Okay. But now that I'm 31, there is some things that I want to do differently in my life. Okay. I want to be able to stick by my boundaries. I want to be able to, like I said, get my fitness in order, go after my goals. I'm going to be doing Vlogmas, where you vlog every single day. If you guys don't follow me on YouTube, follow me on YouTube. But I want to, okay, let me preface this. I think that I would thrive in New York. I'm going to go visit it to see for sure, but I honestly think that I would thrive in New York. And you know what? If I'm still single in a year, I want to live out there. I want to go out there. I don't want to do like Sex in the City. I want it to be like Harlem. I want it to be that I am single out in New York. Because listen, I have lived in technically Los Angeles basically my whole life. I went away to San Jose State for school. It was great. But there's just something, it seems like, about New York that is calling to me. What I want to do entertainment-wise is out there. But I don't know. I feel like there's something about an East Coast man that there isn't being shown with the men out here. So I want to go to New York. I've been saying that if I'm still single, have a single, because even my cousin who lives out there, she's like, do not come out here in a relationship, okay? Yes. And before everybody's like, it's so expensive, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. All right? I'm not going out there unless I am well established. But that's what I want to do. I want to go to New York. I want to experience life over there. The only thing that I am worried about is the rats. I do not like rats. When I lived in my old apartment in Los Angeles, I literally could look across the street out and I could see the big little rats. Okay, at first I was like, oh my gosh, are those kittens? No, those are not cats. Those are literally rats. Okay, my mom used to work downtown, and one time we had to go to her office at night, and there's just a scary of rats. I don't like it. I don't want to do it. But I think that's, that's the thing you got to put up with. I can put up with pigeons. So that's what I want to do. I think I want to go to New York and just experience it. Entertainment wise, it's an entertainment capital. There's a lot that you can do, but I want to experience something new. I've done LA. I've done the Bay Area. Definitely don't want to do the South. For a little bit, I thought about Atlanta a while ago. Thank God, because the people that I knew that live in Atlanta, one passed away and one moved away. And also just their thoughts. Sorry, if you live in Atlanta, all right, but like just some of the laws there, insane. So yeah, I want to do New York. And let me tell you guys a story. I was supposed to go to New York. I was supposed to experience it. It was going to be during BET weekend. And it didn't happen. So first of all, one of my ex, not the recent ex. My ex was supposed to fly me out to New York, okay? I was like, oh, this is great. He was like, yeah, you can stay with me. You can explore. He lived in Manhattan, okay? I also was like, you know what, hot girl summer. I want to be flown out. Like, let's do this, and it'll be a great time, And I'll... Let me tell you why that was a bad idea, because I didn't go. So essentially, I don't know, once I started talking to that ex again, he started getting like really weird and pushy. Like if we were FaceTiming, I was like, oh, I have to get ready for this thing. He's like, oh yeah, show me out, because I want to see the outfit. Like, I don't know, he just got like really, really weird. And then he was like, if I ask you to wear a costume, will you wear it? And I was like, a costume could be fun. Why not? A costume. The costume was literally like a Greek goddess type of situation. It was literally like you go to Party City and it was a Greek goddess. Like, that's what he wanted me to wear. And I was like, but I'll be going to New York. It'll be fine. But so it was like B&T weekend. And B&T weekend, I was having a good time. Like, they had this open call audition. I met people. You know, I went to the highlight room. I saw, you know, this guy named Brandon, who was like an actor who was like in the Percy Jackson series. And he was like, oh my gosh, like, come out to my show tonight. And I'm like, I can't. I'm flying to New York. I got invited to all of these like different things. And I was like, oh, I can't because I'm literally going to New York. And I was like, I don't know, like maybe I shouldn't go. And I was like, I remember sitting at lunch and I was telling Justin I was supposed to go the next day. And I was like, it just feels like so much is supposed to happen and I'm supposed to be here, but I want to experience New York. I want to see it. And I was like, no, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's great. It's great. It's great. So I am literally packed up. Okay. The morning of, I'm supposed to fly to New York, all right? I am all packed away. I accidentally took 2 allergy pills, but, you know, totally fine. So, I'm in the car. I'm excited. And I called him. I was like, haha, JK, I'm not coming, like, just as a joke. And then he's like, okay, so I can't pick you up, but you have to take the train here. And already I was like, I have to take the what to the what? And he's like, well, I'll call you and get directions. And I was like, well, New York people don't drive, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. He could have met me there. Like, what is that? So, I also found out, I really hope he doesn't watch this. I had found out that because we hadn't talked in so long, he had called off an engagement a few months before. Okay. He still had the ring. And I was like, that's a little sketch. But I was like, you know what? We could totally go out and pretend you're proposing to me. And then people, you know, maybe we'll get like a free dessert or something. So basically all of that happens. We're doing, you know, I'm in the car. I'm ready to go. We're like 10 minutes out from the airport. And I'm like, Dad, I don't feel good. And he's like, what? And suddenly I'm like, I need something to throw up in. So there's a bag. And when I tell you I just started projectile vomiting, I mean, I am projectile vomiting. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's just nerves. No. I'm literally throwing up over and over again. And he was like, well, maybe you shouldn't go. I was like, I don't think I can be on the plane. Like, full on throwing up. So this guy also had travel insurance, right, on the plane. And so I explained to him, and I'm like, hey, so I am literally projectile vomiting. I can't come. I already feel that. He was like, well, I have travel insurance. And I was like, okay. And then this jerk, I'm throwing up. He's making me cancel because he has travel insurance. He's making me go through this. And when I tell you he's being a dick about it, he's like, no, I'm not canceling. You're canceling it. And just being like a total dick about it. I was like, yeah, okay, we're going to cancel it. But I never. And then they're like the travel insurance. And then it was like a whole thing. But just the way that he handled it, he was such a dick about it. And I was like, I'm literally like sick. Okay, I'm sick. I'm throwing up. And just the way that he handled it, I was like, I don't want to ever talk to this guy again. I never want to talk to this ex. And then I remembered why we broke up, because he's a dick. But the fact is, like, I get it. But, like, there was no way. And it ended up working out for the best because I had been waiting for this money to come through. It ended up not coming through. And then this was the time. There ended up being a storm in New York. And now, mind you, I was going to be flying United. A lot of people, most of United's flights, the flight back, ended up being canceled because of such heavy storms. So a lot of people had to stay there an extra, like, 4 or 5 days. I definitely didn't have the money nor the patience to be staying out there. I could have stayed with my cousin, but it just felt like I was not meant to be flown out. I was not meant to go on this trip, which is good. All right. It is great that I was not meant to go on this trip. But man, this guy, my ex was a whole dick about it. And honestly, I think that's like the last time that I let somebody fly me out, because did I know that there were going to be expectations of being flown out? Yes. But I feel like people don't talk about that, the expectations that happen when you get flown out. Okay. Everybody's just like, get flown out, get flown out. No, like, what happens when you get flown out? This person obviously has expectations. And then are you okay with dealing with those expectations? Like, I'm not even just talking from a sexual perspective. I'm just talking about the fact that you're going to be around them for those few days. Like, are you okay with that? And then if for some reason something comes up, are you okay with them being a dick to you? Because my ex was a total dick. Anyway, so the whole point of that trip was to decide if New York was where I want to live. Okay. All right. So that didn't happen. So I think I'm just going to be going in the spring, and I'm really trying to manifest an opportunity for me to be in New York. I'm going to go visit it, and everybody, I feel like I'm going to love it. Everybody around me says I'm going to love it. I feel like I'm going to love it. If I'm wrong, then okay, I'll stay in LA. But if New York is really where it's at. Also, I just like, come on, the nightlife is so cool. Like in LA, things close at like 2. Nightlife is cool, but it's so boring. And I feel like in New York, there's so much to do. And for what I want to do in the entertainment space, it's perfect. So I'm honestly just hoping, I'm truly hoping that I'm just going to have an opportunity to be out in New York, have an opportunity, a reason for me to be there and live there for like a year. And of course, yes, my age is like, well, what happens? Like, and then I guess like, what if I meet a person? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like even just this year, 31 and above is about focusing on me. I'm getting things together. And if that's in New York, it is in New York. All right. See, I am okay with flying and being somewhere else. Okay, I will contact and say hello to my family. But listen, when I got into San Jose State, I chose San Jose State because it was hours away. Okay, and that would be a great experience for me. And I made friends. And that is what. Listen, I know that New York is much more than what you see on TV. It also helps. My cousin lives out there and has been living out there for so long. So she knows the real. And, you know, with any city, you go, and if you decide you want to be there, you be there, and you experience it. And I just feel like it's going to be such an amazing time for me and would be really great. So that is what I'm trying to manifest. I'm trying to manifest me going to New York and having a reason. Like, hello, Entertainment Tonight. I know you're out in LA, but like, I would love to do entertainment reporting. I would love the opportunity. I just need a reason to be out in New York and be able to afford it and be working and doing what I love. Do you know how happy I would be? I'd be so happy. Okay, so in other news, things that are happening in the world. I had a friend tell me that they have only seen bits and pieces of Harry Potter. And I said, are you crazy? How have you only seen bits and pieces of Harry Potter? So I think that they're still doing a show with Harry Potter, but I think that would be absolutely stupid to do. I have not seen the new Hunger Games, but I've been watching the old Hunger Games. Tiana Taylor and Iman. When I tell you I have looked up to Miss Tiana Taylor, which I also feel like ties into New York, because isn't she from New York? Okay. Listen, if I could work with Tiana Taylor, I would die. But it's come out like Tiana Taylor, we know that they were divorcing, but it's coming out that he didn't want her to work, but wanted her to do 50-50 and was just like really jealous of her career and just like a lot of these other sordid details. And I'm just like, that is so sad, because we're over here thinking, obviously, everything that glitters isn't gold. But it's like the fact that she wasn't able to get certain jobs because, you know, he didn't want her working certain jobs. She had to turn down roles, and then he would like work with her. She would like get him opportunities. And just the fact that like he was just so intimidated by her. And when I tell you, she is truly blossoming. Okay. When they met, she was just music. He was a hotshot star. Now I think he's retired. I don't know. I don't know basketball. I don't know. And allegedly, he was just jealous of her success, and all of this came out in like the divorce information, and I was like, that's wild. Tiana Taylor, I feel like, really has been having a resurgence in the music scene, but she is truly like going to be like a Debbie Allen. Like yes, music was her love, but I feel like her creative direction is her calling, and that she's really getting everybody together, like Lola Brooke. I think she helped out Lotto on tour and just all of that. She's teaching them the game, to dance, to have stage presence, because that is something, like, she's a true creative genius. And she also has the Aunties, her production company. So it sucks because I felt like in the last few years she really is becoming like a supernova in the industry and like really helping other artists. And the fact that she has, this partner who is not supportive, like that is sad. Other news, Kylie and Jordan have been communicating. Listen, I've been watching the new Kardashians, and I like that it's not as oh, excuse me. I like that it's not as scripted as like the E show, but Tristan Thompson had to like do this whole apology tour thing, and he has to apologize, and you find out that like Kylie and Jordan have like been talking and been fine. And then Kylie just recently talked to Interview Magazine about how her and Jordan have been friends and caught up with each other, and they just, were tired of hiding their friendship from the world and decided to go out and get sushi. And, that became like huge news. I had a feeling that they were talking and stuff because they had like such a really codependent relationship. But I also think that it's really unfortunate how Jordan was treated. She was literally splashed in the news. Chloe was like very rude to her, like a lot of that. And personally, like after all of that and all of the hell that she was put through, me personally, I would not have still talked to them. I would not, definitely. I would have distanced myself. Also, she's kind of been able to really create her own since being with the Kardashians, since being in Kylie's shadow, and then she's back to walking behind Kylie. So whatever, they're friends again. I think that, you know what, to each their own. Personally, I wouldn't do it. Black Friday. Black Friday was crap. I remember the days of Black Friday. Let me set the scene for you. Black Friday, I'd be in high school. My sister would always bake cookies the night before, like for Thanksgiving. I would get up either at 12, we'd be standing in line, or we'd get up really early. My dad would drop me, my sister, and brothers off, and we would stand in line and wait for things to open up. My sister had a game plan. Okay, I love my sister Jessica. She would have a game plan. We're going to go Walmart here. You're going to go here. You're going to do this like full-blown like strategy for Black Friday. I was like trying to think of like a war analogy, like a battle something. So it had all of that, all right? And things were cheap. You got DVD sets for like $20. This was back when jeans, you'd buy one, get one free. You'd get things, 50% off. And now it's like, nothing. It's like they do something that was weeks ago at $70 and then slash it. And then they're like, this is a sale, when really it was the same sale like years ago. And it just, not a lot of sales did it for me. Not a lot. But, that was Black Friday. Now we have Cyber Monday. I didn't get anything because your girl's unemployed. But I don't know. Nothing really caught my eye this year. I don't know. So I want to know, did you guys have a good holiday? Now I can start listening to Christmas music, because me personally, I do not listen to any Christmas music. I do not watch any Christmas movies. I do not get into Christmas mode until after my birthday. And that is how it has always been. And now I get to do that. So yeah, Benihana's tonight. I'm excited. I really want gingerbread cookies from Porto's. Like, I wait every year for that and they still don't have it. And I'm like, psh, what are you doing? Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. That's how, I don't know, this was like a huge like little rant, but life has been wild lately. Things have been great. Yeah, I'm just happy, healthy, and really happy to be 31. So yeah, guys, thanks again for listening. Be sure to follow this podcast on all platforms. I'm on Spotify, I'm on Apple, I'm on like Google, I'm on all Amazon, all platforms that are podcasts. We also, like I have a team. It's me. I'm also putting out the video version if you guys want to watch it on YouTube. Subscribe. And again, I will be doing Vlogmas. That is where you vlog every single day from December 1st to December 25th. So definitely follow me. And yeah, stay tuned for the next episode coming out next Monday. Yay!